Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fetch Quest podcast. Today, I'm your host, Logan Brewer, and I am joined by my fellow co host, Connor.
Hello.
So, Connor, I know for the both of us, times have been a bit tough recently.
Yeah, guys always talking and he just won't ever shut up, so that's a real heavy burden.
Yeah, I hate guy talking as well. But, I think I have a way for us to deal with the tough times we're having. How about we talk about one of our favorites that taught us to rise above our problems?
Oh my god. We're going to talk about Samba de Amigo?
No, you idiot. I meant one of your favorites, Celeste.
Yippee. Oh my god, I love Celeste. Let's go.
Oh, but you don't love Samba now?
I do love Samba. I love Samba de Amigo and Celeste.
Which one do you love more? If you had the trolley dilemma, which one would you save?
Celeste.
I knew you didn't love Samba. All right, well, everyone, today we're talking about one of our favorite little indies, Celeste, a very tough 2D platformer that released a couple of years ago that left a large impact on the gaming scene, and that touched the hearts of many with its message, along with its just generally really good gameplay. Connor, I know you've just adored this game forever. You talked about it in our music episode some. Is there anything you want to say to start off this episode?
Yes. Celeste is a masterpiece. It is one of the best games I've ever played. It's my fifth favorite game of all time, which it has heavy competition. That competition is Mario Galaxy, Tears of the Kingdom, Deltarune, Persona 5 Royal.
That says a
So
lot. 'Cause you
yeah,
definitely do love those games.
I hold it in very high regards. It's one of my favorites.
I definitely hold it in high regard too because I remember at first when I saw it being revealed during like a little Nintendo Presents or something. I don't remember exactly when I first saw it, but I looked at it as like, I don't know. That kind of looks like a fun little 2D platformer. Looks alright. And then I happened to get some eShop money, and then I actually played the game. I was like, holy shit, this is good. This is goated.
Yeah, it's everything. I love every single aspect of it. I love its gameplay. Its gameplay is smooth and fluid. Its music, as you all know, check out the music episode if you want to hear me talk about the music. Um, it's
It
it's a
perfectly fits
story.
each scene for the
Yeah, exactly.
story.
And the story is really good. It handles like depression and anxiety and panic attacks in a really good way. And I know some people are having the Twitter moment where it's like a realistic depiction of a panic attack. Oh my god. Oh my god.
But that's for animated movies, not for games. if
I know.
it's in a game, they don't care as much.
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah, for the time at least, it covered it in a really good way because it made a really simple metaphor in the game. Celeste, you literally are just climbing a mountain, and that's how you're going through your issues. Well, so like a metaphor in the literal sense too. But it's just execution was really good because you can have a game that just says, "Oh man, depression, bad." Ooh, because there are a lot of games that I've seen where it's just they have a couple of vague messages about, "Oh man, depression. That thing's bad." Which like no hostility towards any of the devs, but sometimes the message just doesn't ring as true as I think they wanted.
It falls flat.
Yeah, but Celeste, even though I think it's the main reason you're gonna play is still its gameplay. It still had a really solid story holding it all together.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I really love it.
yeah, because with Celeste, it is a very difficult platformer. It's not the hardest one you're ever gonna find out there. Well, unless you're doing a zero death run or trying to get the golden berries, then yeah, you're gonna want to kill yourself.
Or
But
the DLC. The DLC is hard as balls.
oh yeah, the DLC is hard as balls. But even though it's very difficult, it ties its story in with that by telling you, hey, I know you're going through a tough time right now, but you can just push through, just get through this, and you'll feel just like an amazing sense of accomplishment, happiness. Maybe that's not the best way to phrase it, but I think you get what I mean, right, Connor?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Something I really like about so uh, here I'm gonna start over. Um,
You're good.
I've seen arguments online where people will compare the theme of determination within not Celeste with Undertale's theme of determination and be like, this one's better than the other. And my take on that is that
They're both
they
good.
they yeah, they both do tell the theme of determination really well, but in their own unique ways. Undertale isn't subtle about its theme of determination. It is literally like, if you are determined, you are basically a god. It's not subtle at all, but it gets its point across really well. And with its gameplay and characters and story, it also really it comes off really well done. And I really like Undertale's theme of determination, even if it isn't subtle at all. But Celeste's theme of determination is a lot more subtle. It's a lot more, not really, I don't want to say nuanced, but it's a lot more subtle in that way.
Well, I think Celeste, while it is maybe subtle about the themes of determination, what it does throw in your face a little more, which is fine, is like its themes about anxiety and the stuff that holds you down. Because they do it in like a quite literal way of all your fears and negativity manifesting in another person. Because the main character, Madeline, has like an alter ego, Badeline, that constantly tries to stop her, is always telling her, "You're not good enough. You'll never get through this." And Madeline hates that part of herself. It's always telling her this. So just like, "Shut up, stay away from me." And you do that in the levels as well. You literally just like try to run from her the entire time.
Yeah, I love that whole aspect of the story and the metaphors with it. I also love Battling a lot, and like, even though it's technically the same person, they're such like different personality wise that they feel like two completely different characters, and that's like really good on the writer's end.
Well, I think it's also supposed to represent that like even the parts that we hate about ourselves, you still have to accept that they're a part of yourself. Because minor spoilers, but eventually you do come to accept yourself or accept Badeline, and that's when you can like gain more abilities. I'm not gonna say what those are, but you have better ways to climb the mountain because you've accepted that part of yourself. Even
Yeah.
though that you hate that part, at the end of the day, it's a part of you. So you have to accept that and then realize that's you as a person. So you're just gonna keep pushing on because of that.
Yeah, I think like my favorite thing in stories is whenever a character goes through something that they overcome a challenge, they get better because of it. And the way that Celeste does that is so rewarding and
Well,
fulfilling.
I think the way Celeste does it too, it's something we can just like all relate to. It's issues we all have, and just like feeling like we're not good enough, that the world's telling us we're not good enough, so maybe we should just crawl in a hole and not think about it. But instead, you need to like push through. You need to climb that mountain of yours to reach the peak, so you can tell everyone, "Hey, shut up." Well, maybe that's not the best way to put it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It handles its themes incredibly well. We'll just say that its themes of anxiety, overcoming your problems, determination, they're all handled exceptionally well.
Yeah,
And
because a
another
lot of
thing,
times Madeline, like, she'll have to tell herself like not to panic, just to stay calm so she can get through it.
yeah, another thing that the game handles exceptionally well is its gameplay, which it's not the most complicated gameplay out there within the base game, but when you get into the DLC, it becomes incredibly. complex, and it's a really good way of complex.
Well, I
So
think that's still good because
no,
there.
that's what I'm saying. Just even though it's complex, it's still really good.
Well, even though there are those like tools out there, like if you want to go like batshit crazy, the game will let you. But the game like doesn't just tackle its meshes by like forcing you to get through it all the way. It has an assist mode that like if you need to just like take an extra hit or you need an extra jump to get through, then you have that. And the movement options too, even though they are really very simple, they can become very advanced. Like one of the main techniques you need for the DLC, I think it's called jumping, where you dash to the ground, you like dash really far. It's never required for the main story at all. It's there if you want to use it, but it's not something that you're forced to use because everyone can approach their game in their own way, whether it be using assist mode or being batshit crazy.
I don't know what it's called. I think it might be like momentum jump or something, but it's a really well made system with how it handles momentum and speed and stuff like that.
Because again, it has a very simple core, but it has like that Mario effect where they probably worked on their gameplay first, perfected it, and then right after designed the levels around it. Because your moveset always feels like it's perfect or it's fitting the levels and just the like sweet spot you need. But also they're always throwing enough new obstacles at you that you're always gonna feel satisfied because the obstacles as well keep evolving. So the first couple levels have these like little blocks that whenever you dash they move. So you have to adapt to those. But then later down the line, you have these weird looking lion blocks. You smack one side of them, they'll go in that direction. So now you have to adapt to that challenge. But you're
Yeah,
still using the same toolkit to do it.
yeah, the way the gameplay, like, it never gives you another ability or anything like that. It takes the core and then just keeps evolving that and putting it into different situations. And it's really well done.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah.
Because also another thing they have is like little extra challenges like the strawberries. Where again, this isn't something you have to do to beat the game. It's just a fun little extra. But they
Says
do
you
instead.
if you don't get all the strawberries, then you're a pussy.
Connor, you've lost the message of the game. It's okay if you don't get the strawberries.
Nah, you gotta get all them strawberries.
The developers would be so disappointed with you, Connor. I can't
I
believe you're saying this.
I know.
This is not the Connor I know.
Yeah, this is Sick Boy Connor. This is Sick Boy Connor is the battling of normal Connor.
You're starting to sound like Guy.
Guy is the battling of Connor.
Guy is the worst in all of us of elitism. If there's an eighth deadly sin, it's Guy being an elitist.
Yeah, you've got pride, lust, sloth, greed, um,
Wrath.
wrath, and pride, lust, greed, sloth, uh,
Wrath.
wrath,
Did you say gluttony?
gluttony. I'm thinking of Persona 5. Hold on.
I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking of Full Metal Alchemist.
Vanity? Is it vanity?
No, no, no.
Google. Time to Google.
Pride, greed, lust. Okay, envy. We forgot about envy.
Envy, that's what it is, envy. Yeah, it's those seven, and then the secret unlockable eighth guy.
Elitism.
Yeah,
Well,
leader.
I guess that's just pride. Guy is the sin of pride.
Guy is a Persona 5 villain.
Because you can't go 5 minutes without feeling like he's better than you. Because he played Bloodborne, so he's smarter than you automatically.
He's instantly better because he just is.
Very accurate. But yeah, back to what we're
Back on topic.
saying. They offer many different ways for you to play, which I think is one of the best parts of it because it made it accessible to everyone. And for the messages it was trying to tell about just like pushing through and climbing that mountain of yours, I think it's good to make the game accessible. I'm not gonna say that for every game. Sometimes difficulty, like let's say Elden Ring, like the Souls games that Mr. Elitist loves so much. I do
Yep.
kind of agree with him. I don't think they should have like an easy difficulty because that wasn't the artist's intention when they were making that game. But in Celeste case, the intention was to make a game that everyone could enjoy in their own way and that everyone could learn from.
I think making like again, as you said, it's not the most difficult thing in the world, but I think making it as difficult as it was really does help with the theme,
Yeah,
especially the
well,
DLC.
it was definitely a hard. It wasn't the hardest platformer out there.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't no Kaizo Mario or like a Mario Maker level, but it was definitely difficult enough to where a fair majority of people would be challenged by it. And for those who really want to ramp up the challenge, they have a built-in speedrun mode.
Oh yeah, I love the built-in speedrun mode. It's so fun.
Well, I love when developers do that. Just add the
Yeah,
stuff they know that the
I'm pretty
community
sure
would
they
like.
also have like a I can't remember if it's a system mode, but I'm pretty sure they have like basically a god mode where you can just get infinite dashes.
No, no, that's what I mentioned before. They made the game accessible by letting you play in your own way. You can have infinite dashes. You can have
Yeah,
invincibility, infinite stamina.
it's it's
You
it's
can
very
slow.
fun.
You can
It's
slow.
fun.
You can slow the game down to where a precise jump that may require a couple frames to hit will require like now 15 frames, so you have a lot more time to react.
Yeah, it's cool when developers do stuff like that.
Which again,
Because
for
you could just
Bloodborne
do the
wouldn't
entire game
work,
with
but I think
infinite
for
dashes.
Celeste it does work because it's trying to tell you it's okay, just get through this in the best way you know how to.
Yep.
It's gonna be okay, just calm down, think with a straight mind, and you can get through this. It's a really good motivational game.
Yeah, that's another reason why it's one of my favorites.
It makes me really happy that it got nominated for Game of the Year in 2018.
It should have won. What was it? Hold on, let me check its competitors
It,
before I
it,
say.
it had some damn strong competitors. I'm pretty sure God of War was in there.
Game of the Year 2018. Or not Game of the Year, Game of the Year nominees. There it is.
Celeste,
Oh
God of
yeah,
War, Monster Hunter World, Marvel
Marvel.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, no, it
Assassin's
has.
Creed Odyssey, and Red Dead 2.
Yeah, honestly, that is a really good like.
Well, maybe take out Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but the rest of those games are really good.
Yeah, so the fact that it made it along that line is really, it really speaks to the game.
Well, I think they did at least win Best Indie of the Year.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's such a good game.
Yeah, Celeste was 2018's winner for Best Independent Game.
Let's go.
On big Celeste W, and I hope we see more from the team soon.
They actually, um, released a trailer for a new game they're working on.
Oh, oh, what is
Rec-
it?
hold on. Let me go to
Maybe
their.
maybe I just missed it or I forgot
It
about
was
it.
in a direct. I know it was in a direct, but I can go onto their Instagram real quick and find it. And then we
Yeah,
can
because
just.
with the amount of stuff that releases each year, it can be hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the trailer real quick because I know they posted it's called Earthblade.
Earthblade. Okay, that
Yeah,
sounds interesting.
yeah. I would watch the trailer. The trailer looks really good.
Well, hopefully that one will be another banger from the team because we love Celeste. That's why we wanted to talk about it tonight.
Yeah. Um, one thing I do want to mention before there's a trailer or at least part of it. Before we leave, is that
Yes.
we also Madeline is also a LGBTQ ally. She is a trans character, and
Didn't they
that is
upload something with that? My memory's a little foggy, but I think they did upload a post with that, with like some actual art.
they post and upload a lot of art of stuff like that, and it's really good because not a lot of games, not even some indie games, like not a lot of, especially like AAA games, they are very like careful to like not include that stuff because they can lose out on markets. So seeing representation wherever you can get it, it's really good, and it's really well done representation because from what I've seen, you don't even realize that Madeline is trans unless you yourself are trans because of how it mirrors that experience. And if that's the case, then it's true because I never even thought of it or realized it when I was playing the game until I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that. Well, I knew they supported, but I didn't know Madeline was trans.
Yeah, it's canon. I'm pretty sure in like the DLC ending or something like that, you can see like a trans flag on her desk or something. It's really cool.
Well, I don't know if a trans flag would confirm it, but that's an argument for another time. Either way, it's good to see they're supporting, especially with their message of the game.
Yeah, on your desk you can. Yeah, on her desk.
Just being very supportive of everyone and trying to tell everyone they can get through. You're a good person. You should be accepted for who you are.
Yeah, it's really it's one of my favorite games of all time. But we've already said that.
Yeah, we said that a lot of times. But well, everyone knows it's a bit of a short episode, but if you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment if you enjoyed Celeste or if you're now interested in playing it. I would highly recommend picking it up because
Please play it.
even though it's the price of it's $20, it usually goes on sale for $5. So that is a bargain for
Even
how
then,
good of a game you're playing.
even then, $20 is more than worth it.
Yeah, I paid for it at full price, I think, and it was well worth it because it is a
Yeah.
very good platformer and just a very good game in general.
Yeah, so
Right.
play Celeste. Follow the creators on their socials so that way you can get update on the new game they're working on, Earthblade. Um, the creators are, I'm pretty sure this is pronouncing it right. Exoc Games. But yeah, do that.
All right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you for watching the Fetch Request podcast. Good night, and you have a nice weekend
Goodbye.
or weekday, depending on when you're watching this. Goodbye.
Goodbye.